Hey there, I just wanted to pop in and give you this exclusive invitation to participate in our professional program that is starting in March and running through the end of May. Now some of you might be thinking, yes, I'm so excited, and there may be a few of you also thinking, oh my gosh, another program. There's so many of those going on. But I'm here to tell you I'm super excited about this one that we've put together with a lot of care and a lot of intentionality, because as I've been building this business in the last 9 years, I have been doing a lot of things in the most efficient way that I thought. And maybe like many of you, we just started and we were doing everything in our business and we kind of were making things up as we went. And so I got to a point where I kind of plateaued in my business. And so I've spent thousands, tens of thousands of dollars in the last year or so learning how to run a more efficient business. And it all comes down to having a really specific process in place. And as I've been working with a lot of you in our top few levels, what I find is that there's something really missing when it comes to the process. We have taught the skill sets. Everybody knows that we prepare, invite, present, enroll, and support. But sometimes we don't know the process that actually goes behind that. And we have the cake analogy that, you know, the empowered success is the recipe and you just get to frost it with your own personality. But I really feel like sometimes we're giving people a recipe that is missing a few important things. Maybe, you know, it didn't say specifically that when you add 2 eggs, you're supposed to crack the eggs and throw the shells away, so you just put them in whole. Or maybe the baking soda and the salt is listed in just small writing because that's just a small part of the recipe. And so you're going through this recipe and this process and you're doing most of the work. And there's just that little tiny tweak in it that is making all the difference when your cake comes out without any baking soda or salt and there's eggshells in there. And then you get frustrated, like this isn't working, I don't know what's going on. And so as I've been diving deeper into the process, I really want to create a simple place that we can dive deep into each skill set and help you create or refine your process. So what we also want to do is help you automate a lot of the parts of that process that you were doing manually so that you can focus more on the parts that you love while the other things are still getting done. So for example, we all have special things that we like about this business. I can contact people, I can connect with people, I can meet people, talk to them about oils all day, every day. But what happens is I'll get their contact information, I'll put it in my phone, and then I go on with my life and I forget the follow-up part that's not the part that I'm so great at, right? And it's like, oh yeah, I need to call them, oh yeah, I need to call them, but so much of it is manual. And so it kind of just falls through the cracks. And I'm lucky if I'm doing about 20% of the manual process that I have put into place. So instead, we're gonna help you create processes that do go automatically. So for example, when I connect with somebody now, I put their information into a document and immediately they get an email with the video from me saying it was great connecting, giving them some more information, and it goes through a drip series of what they're going to get so that they're very well prepared to get on the phone with me by the time we actually talk. So things like that we're going to help you create. So I'm going to tell you first off the bat, I am not super skilled at all of these things and the technology that goes along with them. So I have hired an amazing team and invested in a lot of programs that have helped me learn these things. And so a couple of my team members you will actually have full access to through this program. We have a lot of adjunct companies that we work with that support us in this, but you'll get to see Amanda, who many of you may already know. She is our executive assistant and runs all of our programs. She works on our retention and just helps things like all of our samples getting out and anything that's done shipping. So she helps us automate most of that process and knows the step-by-step process to what we do on that end of it. You might see her on Facebook as EOPRO. And then we have Denny. Denny works with a lot of our funnels, a lot of our marketing, web pages, and she's super great on automating and then linking different technologies. So we might be working on something over on this website and we've got something going on here, and she'll make it so that they automatically are speaking to each other and everything is working out really smooth so that there's less and less that gets held up waiting for me to show up and do something. So we do realize that there's different levels that will be in this program. So some will be at Elite, some will be at Presidential Diamond. And so we do want to have weekly calls, and on these calls we're going to be talking about the concepts and the process, but we'll be using Facebook units to actually have recorded trainings that might be applicable to you. So for some of you, you might need to learn how to set up a CRM. Now I use Infusionsoft, which is really robust and expensive and probably not applicable for many of the people in this program. But there's free ones like MailChimp that Denny can help you set up. So we'll put a recording on how to do that, or Aweber or Constant Contact will give you a couple different options and kind of have some videos that walk you through how to do that. Maybe some of you need to learn how to set up Linktree, which is a free service on Instagram. And maybe some of you are like, I've been doing that for years. So we won't spend our weekly calls talking about these specifics. We're going to talk about the process and help you get your system put into place. And then we'll have a big library of this is how you set up, a cart on your back office that has a specific enrollment kit that you want people to see. Little things like that, so you can kind of go through and say, okay, I know how to do these things. This area I kind of have a gap in, so that's what you get to watch and help you create your process. So this is a $15 program just specifically for mindset, helping you invest into yourself, because we really want to work with the people that are serious about up-leveling their business and growing over the next 3 months. That won't even cover our expense to have Amanda and Denny on these calls with you guys. And then we will have additional program winnings as well. So each month we'll have different challenges, and we'll have anybody that graduates the program will have a luncheon to celebrate you guys at convention. We'll also have a lot of cash prizes you can win. We'll have different business tools you can win. You can win calls with Denny and with Amanda where they actually will get on a call with you and actually set your stuff up for you that you need help with. We'll have convention tickets, and then we do have, for our grand prize winners, we'll have 10 people that we will take with our leaders to Huatuco, Mexico, which is a private resort that we've rented out for the end of July. And this place is just incredible. We'll get a lot of pampering, but also just a lot more personal hands-on time to make sure that you have a very solid and duplicatable process that's going through your teams. So you guys, we're investing a lot of time and a lot of money into this program. So I want you to understand that this is really an exclusive program that only a few select people in our top levels are being offered. In the future, we do hope that we can mainstream it a little bit more and offer it to our entire organization, but it is just for a few select people in those key areas in our organization that we want to make sure get this information down pat so you can go and take it to your teams. And so we do want you to complete that registration by February 28th. And we do have 2 little worksheets for you to fill out so you can write down what your current process is. And I want you to feel like this is not a judgment zone where we're going to say, oh my gosh, look at their process, they're missing so much. We just really want to get a good idea of where you're at, what things you're doing manually that we might be able to help you with, or what steps you're maybe skipping. So you're building that pipeline and then there's a hole that you're leaking a lot of things in. So it's not something you have to feel like you have to figure out your process and get it really clean and sharp before you send it in. Just whatever you have, and you can write it down. As you go, you can just start thinking, okay, what do I do next? Okay, after I meet somebody, what do I do next? So we do want to really map out your prospect journey from the time you meet them until they enroll. What does that look like for you? And then from the time they enroll, what does that look like? And there's kind of 2 journeys that takes. So for your customers, what type of nourishing that customer do you have, whether we're getting them on LRP, we're giving them the proper support so they know how to use their oils. And then for sharers and builders, what type of training and information are we giving them on that path? So we're really excited to work with you and help you take your business to another level, and I can't wait to see all of your applications.